Now let's move into the real foundation of lie detection, the science behind deception. Because once you understand what's happening inside the mind and body when someone lies, everything else starts to make sense. At its core, deception is not just a behavior, it's a cognitive and emotional process. When a person tells the truth, they are simply recalling information from memory. It's natural, automatic, and requires very little effort, but when someone lies, the brain has to do multiple things at once. It has to create a false story, make sure it sounds believable, suppress the truth, and constantly monitor your reaction to see if you are buying it. That's a lot of work. This is where the concept of cognitive load comes in. Lying increases mental effort, and when the brain is under pressure, it becomes harder to maintain perfect control over behavior. That's when small inconsistencies begin to appear. Maybe a slight delay in response, a change in tone, or a mismatch between words and body language. These are not dramatic signs, they are subtle leaks. Now let's talk about the emotional side. When people lie, they often experience internal conflict. Emotions like fear, guilt, and anxiety can activate body's stress response, sometimes referred to as the fight or flight system. This can lead to physical changes like increased heart rate, microfacial expressions, or restless movements. Even if someone is trying to appear calm, their body may still reveal traces of what they are feeling. But here's something important: not everyone reacts the same way. Some people feel intense guilt when they lie, while others feel almost nothing. Experienced liars, or those who lie frequently, may show fewer obvious signs because they have become comfortable with deception. That's why we don't rely on one signal. We look at patterns and deviations. Another key concept from behavioral psychology is baseline behavior. Every person has a normal way of speaking, moving, and reacting. Some people naturally speak fast, others pause more. Some use lots of hand gestures, others don't. If you don't understand a person's baseline, you might misinterpret their natural behavior as suspicious. But when you notice a change from that baseline, that's when it becomes meaningful. There's also something called behavioral leakage. This happens when the brain's control slips for a brief moment and true emotions leak out. These leaks can appear as micro expressions, subtle tone shifts, or small inconsistencies in speech. They are often very quick, sometimes just a fraction of a second, but they can reveal what someone is trying to hide. So, the science of deception is not about spotting obvious lies, it's about understanding pressure, emotion, and behavior under stress. It's about recognizing what the human brain is powerful or not, but not perfect. As we move forward, you'll start to see how all these pieces connect: cognitive load, emotional response, baseline behavior, and leakage. And once you understand this system, you won't just hear what people say, you'll understand what's happening beneath the surface.